talk about pleasure. Yes, I'm talking about sexual pleasure, but I also often will talk about everyday pleasure. But today I'm talking about sexual pleasure, and yes, it's a piano. It's a piano behind me. I just don't want to move it. And it didn't want to live in my daughter's room anymore, so it's living on my carpet behind me. My name is Janna Denton-Howes. I'm a sex coach for married women, and I want to talk about pleasure, but more specifically, orgasm. Because orgasm, the ability to orgasm, the right education to learn how to orgasm, talking to other women about orgasms, all of these things are really important because there are huge numbers of women who are faking orgasms, who are not enjoying the orgasms they're having, and they are not having orgasms. And it's an issue. And I've mentioned in other lives that I haven't really focused on them because orgasms can also become hijacked from women and become ways that men feel good about themselves. And that's not the purpose of them. So, your pleasure in the sexual experience is incredibly important and valuable. And it just boggles my mind that we live in a culture in which I actually have to say that. I actually have to come out and say that so clearly because it's not happening. Furthermore, the women that I come in contact with often struggle with really only considering their husband's pleasure in the sexual experience. That's really what the whole experience revolves around. And if she has an orgasm quickly, then maybe it will be part of that. So, if you want and enjoy sex more with your husband, your your pleasure, your genuine pleasure, not performance pleasure, not attachment pleasure to make your husband feel good and important and priority. Not that, like genuinely feeling good in your body is so critical. Women I find will shrug it off. They'll go for years without getting help or seeking out education. They'll go for years with painful sex. We're not even just talking about neutral feelings, but on the other end of the spectrum, negative experiences with their husbands while their husbands are experiencing pleasure, which just boggles my mind because how can that even happen in our world amongst loving individuals? I find women feel kind of stupid, kind of silly, kind of weird to have to seek out education and support for their pleasure because shouldn't it just naturally happen, right? Like a sneeze, just happens suddenly and you feel it coming and you have a sneeze and then it's all over and it feels so natural and not forced and easy. No, no, it's not that way. Women can get stuck in feeling broken. There's something wrong with me. And if there's something wrong with me, then why would I even try to learn how to have more satisfying orgasms or even have orgasms in the first place? Because I'm just broken. My body just doesn't work. And so it doesn't matter what I learn or the thoughts that I uncover or the shame I overcome. It doesn't really matter because my body is kind of broken. And then I mentioned before that a lot of women don't even speak up. They don't even tell their partners that they are experiencing pain or discomfort or neutral kind of blah feelings or even that they're not orgasming. Yes, happily married women will fake an orgasm. And unfortunately, it's just so much easier for women to do that. It's a little bit harder for men to do that. Yes, I just said the word hard when I was talking about men's orgasms, and I do that all the time. It's challenging. So, your pleasure is incredibly important in a sexual experience, not just for yourself, because I think women will be like, oh, wow, is it really that important? Like, let's just get it over with. Like, let's just move on. I'll just whip out the vibrator, or I'll just bear and endure, or we'll just get it over with quickly. Why is it even important? Why is it considered like this side dish that you may or may not have, and it's optional for the sexual experience? Now, male orgasm optional? Be honest with me. Is it really? No, it's not optional at all. So, your pleasure is important because of physical reasons, all of that delightful feel good hormones in your body lowers stress, lowers cortisol. This is when I say orgasms and your pleasure, I'm talking about real pleasure. So you can have the physical sensation of an orgasm and it not be pleasurable because it's not engaging all of you. So I like the term soulful orgasm because for me, that incorporates the body, with which the orgasm part, and soulful is like the part of me that has emotions and higher feelings and that kind of thing. So I'm smiling because my friend's commenting in the oh, so good. So not only from a physical standpoint is your pleasure important, like if you want to go there, right? I mean, we all know if you lower stress, less heart disease, less cancer, all sorts of wonderful things happen when you lower your stress in your body. But also your emotional health, being able to let go of the world for a little bit with your partner and enjoy a little special time together, and then also, you know, really move away from that constant dialogue, the constant stream of thoughts, which are often negative, or your to-do list, and focus just for a little bit. I mean, just half an hour, just for a little bit in your life. You get to shut everything away and be delighted by physical and emotional sensations. But also, your pleasure is important because it helps your relationship. Like, if you really want to go there, I know women, we are very concerned with everyone else's needs and is everyone doing well? And that's the biggest challenge actually I have to help women overcome when it comes to wanting and enjoying sex more. It's counterintuitive, but yes, that's where we start. But it will, because any time that you're both in a unified effort towards mutual pleasure and enjoyment, everybody is going to benefit because the quality of the experience is going to go way, way higher versus you having unsatisfying orgasms or no orgasms at all. Now I feel like I have to give a disclaimer because I'm focusing a lot on that one little aspect of sexual pleasure, but there are so many other aspects of sexual pleasure. And if you followed me for any time at all, you know that I am all about using your whole body and not feeling like that is the the crux of a good experience. Not at all. But in the process of learning how to have satisfying orgasms or learning to have one, for the first time, you are giving yourself permission to experience pleasure. And when you give yourself permission to experience pleasure, you experience it all over. So it's just a really focused way on learning about pleasure in the general sense. So I really hope that if you are in the place right now where you're not experiencing satisfying orgasms or you're not experiencing orgasms at all, I really hope that this video helps you see that it's really important. It's really important for your health from so many different aspects. It's also really important for your relationship because when equality exists in a relationship, in a marriage, then everybody benefits. Everybody gets to learn and everybody gets to draw from that experience. So I will be, if you want to learn how, if you want to learn more, send me a message and I've got lots of, I can send you books. I can like just, I'm here, I'm in your corner. And I'm also doing a workshop. So if you want to learn from me, then there will be a link wherever you are. Maybe you see this in an email, the link will be in the email or on YouTube or Facebook, where it is. Just find where the description is, and there will be a link to join the Satisfied workshop that I'm going to be offering to help you reliably orgasm when you want. And not only have them be reliable, but have them be really satisfying to your delight, because I have gone through it all. I have been anorgasmic, which means couldn't orgasm for a period of time. I have had very unsatisfying orgasms for a very long time. And then now in my life, I am at the place, hallelujah, that I am experiencing very soulful orgasms. And I really would love to share what I've learned along my own personal process, but also what I've watched other women do as well. So I'd love to see you there. But regardless of if you join or not, really, really listen to me. Your pleasure is so critical in the sexual experience. And if it's not pleasurable, you stop and you do not continue. And you only do things that are pleasurable or neutral. Neutral's okay. Just slightly positive. That's okay. It doesn't have to be crazy pleasurable. All right. I'll see you in the next video.